Hi folks, happy to have you here on the AX Semantics Meetup channel. Here you will find every 14 days our latest video from our Meetup where we're discussing with experts and customers about the opportunities of content automation. If you have any questions, just write it in the comments. We will answer them as soon as possible. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. Then we will see you next time here on this channel.
I also like to welcome all of you. This is the third part of a three-part episode. This is our project with Pier 14. We've given you some insights so far, and last week we had a live feedback talk, and today the texts are almost ready. Of course, you can always improve. There's always room for improvement, but we have reached a stage where we can go online already. And now allow me to talk about today's agenda. Anika will talk about her experience with Semantics. She will give us an update on the status quo. Then Alex is going to present us some texts. And please feel free to give us feedback. Don't be shy. Write us a comment. What did you like? What did you think? Or do you think that we can improve? Feel free to drop us a line and we will respond to your comment. All right. Okay. So, Anika, the floor is yours. What about the project? What's the status quo, especially in terms of AX? What were your impressions? What have you learned? All right. Okay. Yes. Let me talk a little bit about our last meetup. You gave us a structure. We had some discussions beforehand. We talked about Pier 14, what this company stands for, and you gave us a structure. You created a structure for us, and we were really grateful for that because we have a very small team and we are really happy for the help that we get from you, my boss and I. We are the team, the ecom team, yes, so a two-man team. And yes, okay, we were really grateful. And Alex and I, Alex explained to me the logic that is behind AX semantics, the nature of AX semantics. And I have to admit, in the first moment, I thought automated text creation. I just have to push a button and then it's done. Then I have my texts. But yes, to be very honest, it is not that easy because there's much more behind it, much more behind the structure, things you have to bear in mind. Yes, of course, it is not just pushing a button and then it's done. No. Of course, the project cannot just write the texts for you. You have first to structure and enter data. And I was a little bit overwhelmed, to be very honest, in the beginning, because this is a very complex software. And but if you spend some time with it, you really appreciate your product because there are lots of details that can be implemented. It is such complex. It's such a complex program that it really helps you working on various levels. So I was in touch with Alex and we discussed ideas and exchanged ideas, and I started to understand this program. And if you're really open to it, you learn that it is much easier than it sounds or it appears in the very beginning. So I did my homework and we said we just have few little product data. We have the care instructions, the material, the information on the material, the colors, and the categories. So we have short texts. And for that reason, we also mentioned some information on our company, we gave information on the Baltic Sea. and on our brand in general. We have the brand Marco Polo, for instance. Then we implement some information on the brand Marco Polo. We have approximately 100 labels. So I found out information, I did some research and I found information on all these labels, and I have now sentences on these labels and provided some facts and figures into the system. And now I have this impression, yes, I can copyright the texts for our autumn and winter collection. So we really created a baseline here from which we can continue on. There's an interface as well between the Rock Your Commerce Cloud. The Rock Your Commerce Cloud helps us to enter our products into AX Semantics and then to present them online. And this interface will go live next week. And as soon as this interface is there, we can really just push a button and write the text for the autumn and winter collection. So the structure is there, our homework is done. So there's just this interface that is missing, and it will be there, it will be live in 1 week. So it sounds that there was a lot of effort involved. Yes, over the last couple of 3 months, we really put a lot of effort into our project. We have 25,000 products and also data in this database. Some data is missing, of course, but just with a click at the push of a button, you can have 25,000 texts online. And this is, of course, a lot of work if you have to write all these texts manually. So it really facilitates your life and makes your life easier. You have the beautiful leather jackets, the sneakers, and so on. And then we also have our care instructions for these luxury goods and items. Are there questions from our audience? Are there questions to Anika? Or are you all thrilled about the texts that we're going to present to you soon? Or do you have questions? Feel free to ask them, write them in the chat, drop us a line, and we will respond to your questions. So this is the first question to Anika. Which technology is necessary for the web shop? It is based on Shopware 6. It is a succinct and brief answer. We have the latest version of Shopware 6. We wanted to have the newest version just to be sure to have all the updates necessary in the future and to have sure that you always have the necessary support for the newest version, because it is really complex, our company structure, and everything is focused on automation and technology. In the goods management system, everything starts, then we enter it into our automatic studio. I just have to add a little data and then everything is really covered there. Just imagine you have a new handbag, you have everything in this, so in this system already. So the goods management system enters the product, a handbag, the color, and so on. Then we have the photo with our automatic photo machine, and then the item ends up in our web shop. So there are many concepts and aspects that work together, and it's a very intertwined system. We have lots of aspects that have to be considered, and for this reason we really want to have a well-functioning system with the newest version. And then, of course, we also work with AX Semantics. We generate the text with AX Semantics and give it in the Commerce Cloud and then into Shopware 6. So the data generally is being processed on various levels, and for that reason we just wanted to have as little personnel as possible that, in this matter, and to have all steps automated. All right. You are a retailer, right? You didn't have a web shop before, right? Yes. And you just started right away and you had the vision to make everything automatically. This was your vision. That's a question from Florian. He asks, what's the alternative to shopware? Did you also look at other providers? Well, I wasn't there in the company or back then. We looked at Shopware 5, I know that. My chef, my boss Stefan, also had other versions, and he always does the same. He looks for service providers and asks for the best practices. And he works then together with these service providers, and this is how he started to work with a web agency. So they ask them how they proceed, and then we started to work our cooperation with the agency Tannbaum in Berlin, and they work with Shopware 6. So this is how we ended up with Shopware 6 as well, and we're happy with that. All right, okay. Now let's start with the text now. Let's move on to the text. Yes, yeah, of course, we also have to respond to the questions, but now to the text. Okay, I'm going to share the screen now. And you can see that we have another section here. Last time we focused on the composer. I showed you some texts to some test products. And what happened is that we fine-tuned everything a little, and we also worked on the structure, and then we also worked very diligently on the brands. We added brands, we added and worked on the brand dictionary. We added some abbreviations and acronyms as well. And what is the status quo? We have 6,025 products, and we have texts for all of these products available now. Let's have a look at these texts now. I hope you can read it well. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Yes, perfect. So the basis is the same, the structure is the same. The first paragraph comprises the product data. We said a little bit about the material and the materials, the fabrics, and so on. Then also we give care instructions. Yes, of course, yeah. Here are the payment methods, the payment modes. And then we have the various versions on how the Pier 14 information and brand information is structured. Here is the material and the payment modes. And then we also have a paragraph on the brand. There are individual sentences that we entered into our dictionary. Here is some information on Marco Polo. And the last but not least, we have also some information on the Baltic Sea, about the home region of Pier 14. And the style of Marco Polo is elegant. And someone might want to visit the Star restaurant here. So this is aligned with the style of the brand. If it's a more sporty brand, you might write something else, write something about strolling on the beach or going for a hike on the beach. Yes, exactly. Maybe we are lucky, we see another version when clicking here on this button. Yes, perfect, it works. This is something that works with with a randomized process. Here the hard facts on the brand. Is it a French or a German brand? What's the look or the style? Marco Polo is a timeless style. has a time stamp. Then here is the material, and here is the information on Pier 14. So it's just information that is structured a little bit different, but it's the same information structured differently. And then we also have the click, the click and collect system. All right, let's have a look at another example. Yes, let's do this. I'd like to see another example. Yes, of course, I'm really curious about the latest results. I think this is absolutely great so far. Yes, that's terrific. So it is a windproof polunder made of alpaca wool, made of elastane as well. We see the material composition and also a story about Marco Polo, when it was founded, who founded it. We see that it is a timeless fashion made in Germany. So we see the founder and the year of foundation. Then we have the item number, and we say that you can contact Pier 14 at any time and get further information. And then you see also where this product is sold, in which store. Here in this example, it is Heringsdorf or many other stores as well. And then again, the sentence, take a walk at the beach and visit our store at the Baltic Sea. And then you can also treat yourself to a glass of champagne at the beach. Yeah. So this is just another example. Let's have a look at another text, Renegade GTX, maybe? Is it just an example or? Yes. Many of these articles that we entered here have different texts, but I like this one very much, so I'd like to choose and have a look at Lover shoes. So in the second paragraph, we have the history. The German sports and outdoor producer is Lorenz Wagner. Yeah. And this is why we have Lorenz Wagner. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, the same applies to Haribo. I think it's a similar story there. Maybe you know the name of Haribo. In the chat, it says Hans Riegel, Haribo. Yeah, that's the answer. Perfect. Anne, thank you so much for helping us out here. Yeah. We see that this is a water-resistant proof and a wind repellent shoe. And this information is vital for the customer, as the customer can then assess whether this is a functional shoe and whether it is the way the customer wishes the product to be. There are 60 different fashion brands at Pier 14, and you will definitely have the chance to find the fitting shoe for your needs. And we also give care instructions. Wash your shoes by hand. It is necessary to care it in the right way to enjoy your product for a long time. And let's address also the issue of we do care emails. So it's like a thank you email, a we do care email. We touched upon this issue last session, in last meetup. We send emails out to customers who purchase very expensive products, and we give them care tips and care instructions without having the intention of providing buying or purchase incentives. We just want to help them out and give them instructions on how to care for their products and how they can enjoy them for a long time. Maybe we have some information on the shoe here. We don't care email for the shoe, for these pair of shoes. Yeah, we can just search for the Lover shoes that we just had. Yeah, then I can show you how we structure our video care emails. Here's the renegade. So what is special about these emails? We give information on how to wash them and how to clean them. Yeah, you can, here it says wash it by hand. And we can use this again. We don't have this to enter this information again. So I click here on the corresponding story. I have a story here for the email, for the video care email. Then I have the story here. Here's this decision. I want to have the story mail. I see here a switch node 1, 2, 3, 4 and mail. And then this email goes out automatically. Then I can click on our product. Then I click on generate. All right, then I click here on the text. Okay, it is vital to understand that we have the same data here. And after the purchase, the customer receives an email. Thank you for buying these loafer shoes. We wish that you have that you care for your product to be able to enjoy it for a long period of time. So this is why we want to give you some tips and tricks on how to care and clean them. Yes, okay. So it says, please hand wash only. You can also air them instead of washing them. The environment appreciates that. Pier 40 advises you to not tumble dry them and not iron them. I mean, okay, this is not perfect in this situation because you think no one would want to iron their shoes. Yeah, okay. This email is fitting for clothes, but not for shoes. Normally, all information is also valid for shoes, but in this example, of course, we have to change things a little because I guess no one would iron their shoes. But still, this information is correct because you definitely shouldn't iron your shoes. So this information is still correct, but yeah, admittedly, we have to concede that this tip is a little redundant, maybe. Yeah, there's a little fine tuning that we have to do. But yeah, so much for that. We had one conversion element at the end. We said, if you want to stay in contact, we are glad that this is the case. Visit our website or visit our social media channels and follow them. There's also this reference to the social media accounts, and this is a conversion element. We don't want to sell, we don't want to we don't want to redirect the customer's attention, but still point out that we do have these Instagram accounts. And again, you shouldn't tumble dry your clothes. And again, here's this reference to Instagram. Of course, we can also add and change some bits and bobs here. We could write some different things for the shoes and also for t-shirts and pullovers. Yes, there's some room for improvement. Yes, we can do some fine tuning here. So if you have some comments or questions, please use the chat. Feel free to ask your questions at any time. And now we'd like to move on to the Omnichannel Day in Heringsdorf. Why do we have an Omnichannel Day in Heringsdorf? Because it is so beautiful there. It is nice because we visit Pier 14. We visit you, Anika, and we will spend 2 days there in the middle of October. Zwilling will join us there. They will give some contributions on this very day. Then Rocchio will give a speech as well. Stefan from Pier 14 will also deliver a speech on their strategy and on the underlying idea of the web shop. We will have a look at the digital photo studio. Anika will give a speech on automated text creation, and we can present our results then on this very day at the Omnichannel Day. Then we will also touch upon other various issues, and we will enjoy a very nice day. And on Friday, we'll also take a look at the photo studio. And you cannot buy tickets. No, this time we do things differently. We ask to apply for a ticket. We want to know what questions you have, what questions you'd like to ask the experts that you can meet at dinner there. The dinner and the event as such is covered by us. We cover the costs for this event, and we are looking forward for your applications. We have 6 tickets that we give out. We will be in the wine cellar of Pier 14. It is also a public area for customers. They can buy their clothes there. We will experience Pier 14 live in Heringsdorf, and it's so nice because the Strand Casino is there. You see that I'm so excited because I visited the place and I really liked it and enjoyed it there. So if I ever stop working here, I will start at Pier 14, definitely. So much for that. Please pass this information on. It is so interesting for people working in the field of retail because some of you might not have implemented the process of omnichannel yet, but it is useful information that we will provide to you there. Thank you so much for joining and see you soon. Bye bye.